Sandeep, how are you? Thanks for coming to BCE to be with us here.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Lovely place, I would say.
Thank you. I like your booth, and I like all of the keywords on it.
Thank you.
You know, digital transformation is very hot at this event, but you know, your company name, Tata Communications Transformation Services, that's a very resonant name for our industry right now. Tell us about your business and what is its relation to Tata Communications?
Yeah. See, Tata Communications today is one of the leading providers for global carrier for voice and data services.
Absolutely.
We operate data centers, collaboration services, and managed services.
Yeah.
So that's about Tata Communications. And we are a subsidiary of Tata Communications. We are focusing on network managed services.
Right.
Actually, we were born out of all the mergers and acquisitions which were done by our parent company. And we helped integrate those mergers and operate one single network of different companies which we acquired. And that knowledge is what we are monetizing by offering to our customers.
Yeah.
So Tata Communications Transformation Services today is in its 10th year.
Yeah.
And we are serving global customers in the area of telecom services and network services, plan design services, consulting services.
Fantastic.
So that's our DNA. So transformation is a very core theme of our, I would say, DNA. And that's what we're trying to provide to our customers.
I think transformation is really the key word for this year. I think 2016 is the year when transformation starts to happen, but also becomes a fixation for service providers and also a source of concern, because they're starting to realize as they start to virtualize the network, as virtualization moves out of the proof of concept stage onto a live network, that this is really difficult and it goes beyond technology, doesn't it? So how do you set about helping your customers with that type of digital transformation?
See, for the way we look at the world, today, every telecom company is facing challenges. They have at one place a legacy network.
Yes.
They are under pressure to deploy new technologies. Then there are new applications. And today you have opening of a new world with IoT, M2M, through the service of SDN and NFV.
Yes.
So telcos are faced with massive challenges. It's a challenge of managing legacy, transforming to future, finding money, satisfying customers, and finding new platforms and services which can take these services to the next layer as well.
Right.
So it's a big challenge, and we are trying to provide that seamless connection from the old world to the new world based on our experiences. We as a telco ourselves and a telecom service provider have gone through these challenges. For example, if you look at the SDN and NFV world, you are talking about challenges like OSS integration.
Absolutely.
And we in our operations have done OSS transformation about 4 years back. Today, Tata Communication almost provisions 35% of their standard orders through automated manner and through OSS transformation. So all these experiences which we are trying to bring in. And we operate a very diverse network as a parent company, and we are managing that. And we also work with almost about 25 telcos globally. And all these learnings we are trying to bring in to our customers and help them move to the new world.
Right, right.
And help them become truly digital service providers.
So a lot of this is experiential from your own experiences with being a leading player. And obviously you moved earlier than many of these companies, so they get the benefit of all of that.
We are also trying to bring the neutrality of platforms, agnostic nature of our services, irrespective of manufacturers, and also trying to ensure that all these new technologies are experimented by us first and then shared with our customers as well.
OSS BSS is a very contentious area for service providers right now. What's your opinion on that? Can the old generation of OSS BSS survive, or is it just going to be swept away by new approaches brought on by virtualization?
In my opinion, I have not met a single CTO or CIO who's satisfied with this OSS deployment.
Right.
And they are struggling basically.
Yeah.
And I personally feel that that's where the knowledge of telecom domain comes into play. The OSS as an implementation is very easy, but how do you orchestrate the entire network and inventory into the OSS system and help transform operations, accelerate revenues? That's where we are focusing. And if you read our taglines, you will see that transform operations, drive efficiencies. It's basically around our philosophy of managing the technology which is deployed, simplifying it, and then helping customers move to the next layer of services.
Yeah. Is there a particular size of company that you like to work with, or are you not that concerned by the size?
Today,
or is there a typical customer profile? I would say?
We have done that profiling.
Yeah.
We have done a consulting project with a big 5 consulting firm, and identified our markets. And the markets have been identified basically where we find relevance to our services, our domain knowledge, and also propensity of that market to accept services from a customer like a player like us.
Right.
That's the way we have defined our swim lanes in the global markets. And I personally feel that it's not around size alone. It's around culture. It's around understanding.
Absolutely.
It's
well, the smaller
our
companies,
vision of future.
Yeah, the smaller companies may have an easier job of reinventing culture. I mean, if you look at what AT&T is doing with retraining all of its staff and trying to get everybody trained as programmers, it's a very interesting challenge for the larger companies, and yet some of them like Telefonica and AT&T and Colt, I mean, they're doing, and Deutsche are doing an incredible job right now.
Absolutely.
But it's going to take a while, isn't it? It's not something which is going to happen overnight, I think.
Yeah, that way I think we are blessed. We are a part of Tata Group, which is almost about 105 billion conglomerate, right from cars to
it's a fantastic company, an amazing company.
Yeah. And our portfolio of services in Tata Group is almost 25% in the ICT spectrum.
Yeah.
So we operate Telco in India with 68 million subscribers. We operate the largest telecom carrier network of the Tata Communications. So that pedigree which we have helps us position ourselves in front of the customers.
Yeah.
And then we bring in our unique case studies with different customers across the globe. And that's where we position ourselves. The way we are positioning ourselves is a very different way. We are not an outsourcing company.
Yeah.
We're not a telecom equipment manufacturing company.
Yeah.
We are a telecom network managed services company, which is Telco itself.
Yes.
So we bring in our unique domain capabilities and our experiences and our case studies with the customers.
Yeah.
That's the way we position ourselves.
I think it's a great positioning. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for your company specifically right now, because you're tapping into both the opportunity and the anxiety. But I don't think there's a single service provider from the smallest to the largest that I'm aware of right now that doesn't need help, or just, peer companionship in this journey, as it were, and the fact that you've already blazed the trail, and you work for Tata, which is obviously one of the best known brands in the world, which obviously gives you an entry point into so many companies. So it's very exciting. Have you done any case studies for the business? I mean, because I'm sure you've got some fascinating stories to share.
Oh, absolutely. There are several case studies we have. And incidentally, all our customers are referenceable, which is a very unique thing
that's
about
unique,
us. In fact, this was pointed out to me by one of our customers that I'm surprised to know that all your customers are referenceable. So that way we have several case studies. And today, in this very uncertain world where we know the end destination, which is about 2 to 3 years away, we are trying to help our customers to navigate that path based on our experiences, our partnerships, and our collaborative nature of services as well. So our journey is going to be centering around aligning with customer and their visions and see how their footprint of the technology and domains are and align ourselves with their proposition and ensure that we reach their end destination. So we're trying to align with the customers for sure.
Absolutely. Fantastic. It's a real pleasure to meet you. I mean, I'd love to put some of your case studies on our site so that we can get the crowdsourcing going and continue the conversation. Thank you so much.
We'd love to collaborate with you, and happy to invite you to India.
I'd love to come back.
Customers.
I have a long history with India. I told you my mother was born there, so
Thank you.
there you go.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Pleasure meeting you.
Cheers.